What is up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to another episode of our My Player Career Mode. This is episode number 138 today. And in this episode, guys, we're going to kickstart it by showing you who we pulled in the next round of the Champions League, because I forgot to do it in the last one. And also, we'll be playing a few games in today's video. So, yeah, as I'll reiterate a point I made yesterday and the day before, I wasn't feeling 100% recently in the last few days, I've been ill and stuff. So, the videos haven't been as a good standard, I would call it, or haven't been as frequent as I would have liked them to. But today, hopefully, we're going to go back to a double upload. So you're seeing this at 4 p.m. And then later on tonight, hopefully, fingers crossed, we will have another video out for you guys, which should be coming out anyway, guys. But other than that, there's really nothing else to tell you about. So let's go and see who we've actually pulled in the next round of the Champions League. I don't know myself. I didn't even check this. So we could have pulled a very, very good team or a very difficult team in the next round. So that's the Europa League. Here is the Champions League, once the menu does decide to go across. There it is, guys. In fact, oh, wait, what a minute. Oh, they may not have played. My mistake, guys. I'll come back to you in a moment. I'm going to skip a few days. I just assumed everybody had played. So anyways, I'll skip a few days, then we'll see who we've got. Okay, so now it should be all good to go. So there are the Europa League draws anyway, if you guys want to check some of them out. Fellow French team in Bordeaux are still in there. We've even got Everton in the quarterfinals playing against Sevilla, not too bad. And also Leicester in there as well. So we'll check out the Champions League then, guys, right now, as I have skipped it. And we are just waiting now as my computer controller battery is low, unfortunately. Anyways, so yeah, that is the next round of the draw anyway, guys. Napoli will play Manchester United. We will play against Chelsea. Spurs will take on Bayern Munich. And our former club, Juventus, will play Atletico Madrid. So an interesting draw, that one. I mean, I don't know what to make of that. Chelsea, I don't fear them, in all honesty. I don't think they're going to be that great. In terms of the teams we could have got, I mean, Chelsea in real life, yes, are a good team and are a force to be reckoned with. But in terms of this series, I haven't seen too much of them in this series so far. So, honestly, I don't think it's the worst draw as we could have got. Pretty happy with that one. Also, to note, guys, we, of course, do have some more European FIFA World Cup qualifiers, to come here against Czech Republic, I think, and then Portugal. And in terms of our current state in the league for that one, that is how it currently sits. So we need to beat Portugal in today's episode. We are 5 points behind Switzerland with only 4 games to go. So we have to make sure we win both of these games to come here for England if we can do so. So I'm going to play against Bordeaux first, guys. We'll take on them in the league. And then we'll finish the episode off with that game against Czech Republic and see what we can do. So yeah, this should be quite an interesting game against Bordeaux, this one. I'm feeling quite confident. I feel as though we have got the capabilities to be able to beat them. Of course, if you saw, we are actually doing pretty damn well for ourselves in terms of all our competitions so far. So this is looking like it will be a good season for us. Here's to hoping anyway, guys. First game of the day coming up against Bordeaux in just a moment's time here, guys. We'll see you all when we're into the game for it. Alright, guys, here we go. Bordeaux taking on PSG. As you can see, the best home records, actually. At the Parc des Princes, we are currently unbeaten in this season. Of course, I wasn't featured in all 15 of those league games, though, as we did come in the January transfer window on deadline day, pretty much. So we don't actually have the ability to be able to say that we were in and part of all 15 of those games there. But we're still unbeaten at home, looking to make it another game unbeaten here at the Parc des Princes. We do not want to lose our first game of the season at home to this team of Bordeaux, although they have got a decent team. I mean, they are in the Europa League still. They are doing pretty well for themselves in Europe, and I'm sure it's not going to be an easy game, this one here, hopefully. Anyways, we'll pick up 3 points, also grab ourselves a cheeky goal there as well. And that is the PSG team, in case any of you missed it before we went into this game here. So we do have myself up top with Carrasco and Edouard. And then, of course, the midfield three of Koriak, Fred, Caligari, Kazawa, Manolas, Kimpembe, Gorgen, and then whoever it is, I think it's Areola between the sticks. Bordeaux's team, though, there it is on your screen. I don't particularly recognise many of those players. In fact, I don't recognise any of those players. So fingers crossed we can get ourselves a victory. And I did say in yesterday's episode as well, I apologise if I offend anybody with my pronunciations. It is not a strong point of mine, and it never has been. So I apologise. It's not my intention to offend anybody. If I get any player names wrong or team names wrong, I apologise in advance. But yeah, regardless, guys, first game of today's episode coming up here. Bordeaux, the opponents. Our unbeaten home record is on the line here. Let's see if we can continue it or if we are going to lose it here against Bordeaux. Here goes Carrasco down the left-hand side. What can the Belgian do here? Goes back inside to our teammate, back to Carrasco. Carrasco flicked that into the middle. There it is. Wait a minute. What's he given here? I tell you what, I don't know about that, ref, because you probably should have allowed the player to go. In fact, we've got a free kick. I might have to just hit this, guys. I think I'm going to have to hit it. Let's see what we can do with it. Is it going to go over the wall and into the back of the net? It is into the back. Oh, it's off the post and it's wide. No! Eduard, all you've got to do is finish that one off. Oh, man, it went round the wall, onto the post. Wait, the keeper, has he saved that? No, he didn't. Eduard put it wide. Oh, man, I thought the keeper just pulled off an unbelievable save. But still, he has to score that, Eduard. How have you missed it, son? Regardless, though, I'm not sure about the advantage played there by the ref because I did feel like we potentially had another chance. We've got a chance here in the making. Left-footed, got to go for it. A good save by the keeper. The pass wasn't brilliant. It sent us out into a weird angle. But as I was saying, Carrasco did find a cross in as it's fallen back again. Right-footed. Oh, my word. We scored 16 minutes into it. And we've already got a goal. That was unbelievable. We started off this game so well. I couldn't even tell you about the chance that we had just before it with Carrasco. What I was meaning to say, Carrasco, when the advantage was played, whipped a cross in. I thought it was coming straight to me, but the referee decided to pull it back for the free kick, which in the end, it doesn't matter because we have found the opening goal of the game. It's 16 minutes in. It's our 5th of the season as well. Right-footed finish. All things considered, guys, our recent performance with our right foot, as much as I was calling it weak before, we've done pretty well. We've actually scored more right-footed goals recently than with our left, which isn't too bad either. So 1-0 up here. Great start to this game. We started off absolutely brilliantly. Dominated so far. Looking to make this 2, hopefully. Bordeaux now will send a few more men out forward, so hopefully they'll become a bit more exposed at the back. And as I say that, Eduard already down the right-hand side here. What a start we've had in this game as he whips across into the middle, but it's straight into the keeper's hands. 22 minutes in, it is all PSG. 1-2 with our teammates. We flicked it through to another one. Hit that. There you go. He's put it wide. I mean, he had a bit more like space to run into Caligari there. Maybe he should have taken the space rather than hitting it as early as he did. But again, good football. Another chance created. Bordeaux need to wake up. Otherwise, this game is going to get away from them. Half-time whistle goes, guys. It is still 1-0 here at the Parc des Princes. Our unbeaten record on the line. But at the moment, so far, so good. We're also playing an 8.5 match rating. Doing pretty well in that front of it. As a team, we're not doing too bad either. But as I said, this is like the least important game out of the 2 to come in today's episode. Because we need this type of performance in the next game out against Czech Republic. As I said, otherwise we can pretty much kiss our World Cup chances goodbye. So we'll see what happens regardless of that one. I mean, yes, we need a victory against Czech Republic. But even more so, we need it against Portugal. Because, of course, they're running away with it right now. And you have to say, if the European champions in England cannot get themselves through to a World Cup, then that is just unacceptable, really. So, massive job for us to do in the next game of today's episode. This one's pretty much already done here as the ball goes through to me on this right-hand side. Looking and waiting for somebody to go into the middle. Stop and turn back inside. Got past him. Oh, it's off the post. I thought it was going to be 2 for us. Underneath the keeper it goes. He then pushes it onto the post. I mean, could I have done anything different there? Maybe squared it, possibly. But it was so close to finding a second for us, and it came back off the woodwork. And there's still time, actually. We could still get another one here. Right-footed again. Right-footed strike blocked. Never mind. Well defended. Great ball through. Got to play that across to Rabiot. Rabiot to finish it off. There it is. PSG 2, Bordeaux 0. Adrien Rabiot grabs a second of the day. 89 minutes into the game as well. Bordeaux didn't ever really get started in this one. And honestly, they are quite lucky to have it only at 2-0. But there is the second anyway, guys. Rabiot with the finish after I played him in on this left-hand side. It wasn't the most cleanly struck strike by any stretch of the imagination. And that was quite a tongue twister there. Anyways, 2-0 up, 90 minutes on the clock. This is pretty much going to be where it ends, this first game of the double today in this episode. Good way to start it. I mean, a goal for myself before we go into international duty can certainly help with the morale going forward. Confidence as well, because we need the confidence going forward. We have to get a victory in this next game in the episode. Otherwise, this is going to be a bad situation to be in, especially if Switzerland score. Because they will be 8 points clear if we lose and they win with only 3 games to go. That cannot happen, I'm afraid. So there you go. 2-0 win in the league in the first game of today's episode. Pretty happy with that one. But now we move on to what could be a vital game in international colours to decide whether or not we get to go to the next year's World Cup. So it's going to be a big game, guys, and I'm sure it's going to be tough as well. But hopefully, here's to being fingers crossed we can get through to the World Cup for the next year. And as I say that, guys, we're not even picked for this first game against the Czech Republic. So it is effectively out of my hands. There you go. 6 games played. 5 points behind Switzerland. Oh, man. This is a massive game. Massive, massive game. The boys have to win this because otherwise they will put us in a bad situation moving forward. Come on, lads. Harry Kane, he's good enough to lead the line. We just need a victory here. A loss will not be good. And the worst bit is as well, we're playing away from home. And you guys know how away from home sims work in FIFA. Not always very good, but Barkley has given us the lead inside 14 minutes here. So, a vital goal there from Ross Barkley. And as long as we hold on to this, it will be pretty good. Switzerland drawing 1-1 with Norway at the moment as well. Portugal winning 2-0 at Hungary, or at home to Hungary, sorry. So, it's doing pretty well for them. Switzerland have just scored again against Norway as we've added a second with Oxlade-Chamberlain. But it keeps the point gap at 5 with 3 games remaining because Switzerland have won. Oh, man, that's not good. Switzerland beating Norway. It means that we are now still 5 points behind with 3 games to go. We could all be undone here, guys, in this game against Portugal. I thought I was going to be playing the other one. We weren't. We're playing against Portugal instead. So, massive game here to decide England's future going into the next year's World Cup. We're wearing number 10. That is the team on the screen. We need a victory here, and we need to hope that Switzerland drop points elsewhere. Even if they draw and we win here, that'll still be good for our cause, basically, you know. But the one thing we can't do is get a loss here, you know, because that's going to be the worst bit to it. So, as it stands, 5 points behind, 3 games to go. Victory against Portugal here will move us into 2 points behind. Of course, that's depending on what Switzerland do in their game. And they're probably, knowing our luck, they're probably going to win, aren't they? So, yeah, we've got a massive job to do here, guys. Portugal are our opponents. Let's just hopefully get ourselves a victory, and then we can't really do anything else, can we? We just have to hope that Switzerland do drop points in their game. Well, Stadion is where we're playing, though, guys, and we are going to check out both teams on the screen in just a moment's time. Yeah, I'm pretty damn sure there'll be no Cristiano Ronaldo, as he probably would have retired by now, if not already. So that is the team anyway. Some of those boys I recognise. Renato Sanchez, of course, is in there. Anyways, let's see exactly what Portugal are going to be running with in just a moment here. You saw us before we went into it. Couple of decent players in there. There's a couple as well that I probably wouldn't have played, personally speaking. However, I am not the manager, of course. I am only a player. There we are. Anyway, so massive job to do. Portugal are not going to be easy to beat as well. They're top in the group currently, so they don't want to lose this either because they want to make sure they solidify their top spot, not give anything away. I think that's William Carvalho there, the captain of them as well. Lopez, who we played against yesterday's episode, and he made that fantastic save against Lyon. For Lyon up against Edouard, if you remember back to yesterday's episode. So we know all about Lopez. We know all about William Carvalho. And also that man there, Renato Sanchez, who just popped past on the screen, guys. For some reason, I think it's because I skipped it. Excuse me. He didn't actually show us the team. So there it is anyway. Adrian Silva. Oh, not Adrian Silva, sorry. Andre Silva is that, actually, I think. It wasn't the Porto one, who's just gone to AC Milan in real life. Anyways, Sanchez, Carvalho, Bernardo Silva, Guerrero, also Cancelo at right back as well, Lopez. Is that Valente de Silva? I think that might be Cristiano Ronaldo's regen, because I actually went ahead and looked at a few of the players. I went off on a different save file and retired to become a manager. Checked out some of the players in the world right now, and he, on that left-hand side there, he's rated around 89 at the moment. So I'm guessing he is going to be Ronaldo's regen. Could be wrong, but he probably is. So Portugal versus England, guys. This is a must-win game here, guys. Do not let me down, boys. We need a victory. Oh, mistake made at the back, and we're in behind already here. Chance for one. Got to get there ahead of the keeper. What on earth was the touch? No. That was 5 minutes in, and we already had a chance. It was a mistake at the back from Portugal. Got to take those. I have to take those. I don't know what has gone wrong there. I honestly couldn't run to the left because it was cut off, so I had to take it to the right. And then in the end, Lopez kind of read me, knew what I was trying to do, and then he came out to stop me from finishing the move off. So I'm a bit gutted, honestly, because that was the first opportunity in the game here, and I'm sure that's not going to be the end of it all. I'm sure we're going to have another opportunity here and there, as we do get another one here straight afterwards. Let's see what we can do from this one. Never mind, as it will be defended pretty well. But yeah, I just don't know why the touch itself went so heavy towards the keeper. Didn't really need to take that massive touch. Could have probably set myself better, but I was kind of worried about the defender. I saw him running at me with some speed, and I was like, okay, he's going to catch me here. So mistake by me. Should have been 1-0 England, and we should already have the lead in this game. Oh, brilliant run. Sterling, make that for me. There you go, Raheem. Finish this off. Raheem Sterling. 1-0 England. There we go. 30 minutes on the clock. I got past Renato Sanchez. And honestly, I could have tried to take it myself, but I decided against that. Played in Raheem Sterling. And for once, he did not let me down. Raheem, thank you for your contribution there, because this is a vital goal to what could be our future in the World Cup next year. Anyways, there it is, guys. Whew, that was a massive, massive goal, that one. I can tell you that for sure. So now the lads have got to make sure we defend well. 30 minutes on the clock. Raheem Sterling has given us a well-deserved lead here so far. We have been the better team, although Portugal do have it in their locker to certainly score from basically nothing. So we do need to be focused defensively, but that is how we wanted to start this game off. So 32 minutes on the clock, 1-0 up. And I'm sure this means now Portugal will have to either come out swinging, or they may look to just basically damage limitation and make sure they don't give up too much more ahead of this kind of last few games of the group stage. I think it's safe to say they're probably going through, but whether or not they'll go through as champions or if they'll go through as second place. But anyways, big goal for us. Let's see if we can get a second. Dele Alli into Eric Dyer. Dyer out wide. I think it was Roberts. Roberts back inside to Cook. Cook looking for myself. Doesn't quite find the pass through. It will take us into half-time though, guys. Still 1-0 up in this game. And yes, Portugal did have a couple of opportunities in the game. None of them really that brilliant though so far. So we've had 1 or 2 clear-cut chances. Other than that though, we haven't really been on the ball as much as I would have hoped. We've only had 36% of the possession. But sometimes possession is not all it takes to score goals in football. You should know that. Leicester, I think, won the league with something crazy like low amount of possession anyways in terms of overall stats on average. So possession isn't anything, guys, and that's what Portugal are finding out here. As they still trail by a goal to nil, it is more detrimental to us if we were to drop points in this one than it will be to them, of course, with themselves at top of the group stage. But I'm sure they'll still want to win this game regardless of that one. Dele Alli starting off the second half brightly. Sterling strike blocked on its way through. Good start from us, though, so far. Decent little opportunity, that one. One-on-one with Vezo here for Portugal. He's let me go past him with a stop and turn. We're into the penalty area. Chance to make it 2. Good save by Lopez. 90th minute on the clock. I had to try and take it, guys. I wanted a goal from today's game, but unfortunately we won't get it. Lopez makes a good stop there to deny me, as we have got a corner 90 minutes in. Surely going to be the end of the game now. We win the flick on at the near post. It is cleared away, but that has got to be the end of the game. Ref, anytime you want to blow. Ref. Oh, man. This is dangerous. Come out, keeper. There you go. Wow, it came from absolutely nothing, and had we have not brought the keeper out, it would have been 1-1. But we have come away with a 1-0 victory here, guys, so it is important that we did get that, as I said. Now we're just relying on Switzerland dropping some points, and there it is anyway, guys, confirmation of that result. So we'll see what Switzerland did in their game, then we'll see whether or not we play Switzerland yet again, because if we do, that is a massive, massive game. So we may still have a good opportunity for ourselves anyway, so I'll check out now and see what Switzerland did in their game. How can I check them? Fixtures, there we go. Let's see. International friendlies. Nope, that's the one we want. We want the World Cup qualifiers. So, Switzerland... Wait. Switzerland played Norway, beat them, and then they lost to Hungary. Yes, that is what we wanted. So, they did drop points, and most importantly, guys, we've got games against Norway, and we've got games against Switzerland to come. Switzerland also played Portugal in their... second to last game. Switzerland is our last game of our group qualifiers. So as it stands, guys, we could still potentially get ourselves out of the group. So there you go. Confirmation. We are 2 points behind Switzerland. They still have to play Portugal and ourselves. We have to play Norway and Switzerland. So this is going to be important games to us. I'm confident we can get ourselves through. Wherever or not we will, you'll have to wait and find out. Also, guys, we end today's episode off with 7 league games to go, and we are 5 points clear still at the top. Should be quite good. And that is where we're going to end today's episode off, though. If you have enjoyed it, I would appreciate a like rating. As always, guys, thank you for your continued support on the channel, and thank you all for your continued support as well regarding the last few days of videos. Of course, I wasn't planning to be ill. It just happens, guys. So anyways, that's it from me. I will see you all again at 6 PM UK time tonight for another video. I'll catch you all later. Adios.